Since finding my dream boat, though a bit rough around the edges, it's been non-stop chaos. I had to cruise both boats together so that I can move aboard the new one and get the Rum Wench ready to go up for sale as soon as possible. Renovations on the new boat have been full on ever since, with help from brilliant friends and experts. Not everything has gone to plan, but it's finally starting to feel like home. Join me this week as my new boat finally gets the proper TLC it deserves from people who actually know what they're doing. Good morning. Well, recently I have been bombarded by so many questions about my new boat, such as, are you going to paint it? It looks really tatty. Are you going to change the name? And is it going to be another pirate boat? And the answer to all these three questions is yes. So the first thing what we're going to do is take this boat to Wincham Wharf because it is coming out of the water. The winding hole's just up ahead, and today I'm cruising with my old pal Nikki. You can just about see her boat up there in the distance. Now this new boat of mine comes with a bow thruster, proper fancy, and this silted up turning spot is the perfect excuse to give it a whirl. Will it glide like a dream or just stir up the mud like I've summoned the Kraken? Either way, I'm gonna give it some.
Struggle a little bit there. Yeah, don't do what I do. Oh, there's one behind
you. With a cheeky nudge of the bow thruster, my boat pirouetted like a ballerina in a tutu. This simple, tiny little button has just made my life so much easier. So I'm heading to Wincham Wharf, and Grumpy is going to come out of the water, be put onto a wagon and taken down to new concept boat on the River Weaver. They're going to make all the cupboards for me inside the boat. She's going to be blacked and she's going to be painted. So, the problem is with this boat is it's in primer. So because the primer's been left on too long without a top coat, all the primer has cracked. And it needs taking back to bare metal because my little mouse sander and orbital sander won't cut it. Although all my other boats painted and touched them up myself, this one's a little bit beyond what I can do, I think. So they're going to look at it whilst it's out anyway, but whilst it is out the water being blacked and the cupboards being made, they might as well try and get the painting done at the same time. And during that whole process, I'm going to move back on board the Rum Wench because I put her up for sale a couple of days ago, and it means then I can show people around if they want to, and also I can just enjoy a few little cruises on her before she goes. So Wincham Wharf, here we come. Wincham Wharf is brilliant. I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. There are loads of boat-related businesses based here, offering everything from engine servicing, welding to sandblasting, and you can even buy new and used boats right on site. But the main reason I'm here is because my new boat Grumpy is being craned out and loaded onto a wagon to be taken just a few miles down the road to new concept boats, where it's getting a bit of a makeover. The timing couldn't be better, as I need to stay local until the Rum Wench sells anyway, so we might as well make the best of being temporarily marooned. So she's all looking good. She obviously needs blacking, but there's nothing there to be worried about with the boat itself. There's no scrapes, there's no pitting, so everything's good. But now, once the guy's finished strapping her down, she's going to be driven off, and hopefully we're going to follow in Darren's van. Before Grumpy could be lifted onto the wagon, I had to clear everything off the roof that wasn't firmly screwed down. Narrowboats usually trundle along at about 3 miles per hour, so seeing my new pride and joy hurtling down the bypass at 40 miles an hour was surreal. I'm glad I cleared it, because the last thing I wanted was Nicky's mop launching off and smacking someone in the face. So she's arrived all safely here at New Concept Boats, and I've just noticed as well I hadn't locked my flaps. Yeah, my side hatch came open. Yeah, but it's at least the door's still on. Turns out as well that the firm transporting my boat is actually run by an old school friend of mine. We were in the same class and I haven't seen him since we were 16, which is just over about 8 years ago now, give or take a decade. But it's such a small world, isn't it? The timings of this couldn't have been more perfect for me really, because New Concept Boats build boats, as I've mentioned before, and they've finished one boat and they're now waiting for the next boat to come in. So they've got like a 3 or 4 week window, which they'd normally be taking other work, but because the boat lift's shut, boats can't get here. This is just perfect timing to get my boat done exactly how I want her. Plus, whilst I'm waiting for the Rum Wench to sell anyway, I can't really go anywhere. So yeah, it's like something out there is just making everything perfect for me with the timings, because as you know, the day that I cruised through Bosley Locks, that night all that culvert went, so if I'd have left that a day, everything would have been buggered. So I just feel that somebody's watching over me at the moment. So that's it. I'm going to leave Grumpy now in the hands of all the lovely guys here at New Concept Boats and head back to the Rum Wench. Good morning. I spent the night on board the lovely Rum Wench. I'm back on her now until either the work's all done on Grumpy or the Rum Wench sells, whichever's the soonest I suppose. And if the Rum Wench sells before the work's finished on Grumpy, I'll be in my van. But yeah, it was nice to sort of wake up on it again, few memories. And today I'm going to be cruising it because this weekend there's a big event on at Anderton. It's called Steam at the Lift. So things are going to get a little bit steamy. So let's fire up the old girl and we'll have a little chat once we get going. And I tell you what, it's a good job we are going that way, because that way today a lorry's gone into the canal. Yeah, at Middlewich it just drove straight in. Apparently everyone's alright, but obviously the canal's shut. Oh, the joys. The boat lift's still shut as well. The Bridgewater ahead has a breach. The Leeds-Liverpool canal is on restricted days. Part of the Huddersfield is still closed. The Macclesfield is shut at Bosley. So things aren't really looking good at the moment. But would I swap this? No, would I heck? I absolutely love it. So a wagon going into the canal. Oh, fancy that, eh? But luckily the driver was fine. No one was injured. But the thing is, this time of year now, you've got things like the swans. We just passed there. Swans are nesting, birds are nesting. So I hope there's no pollutants, as it were. But, and also, because they've shut the canal now that direction, any boats wanting to come to the Anderton boat lift for the steam event, they're going to be trapped. So hopefully they can deal with that quickly. See, you never know what's going to happen every day when you wake up on the canals. I love it. Not that there's a wagon in the canal, obviously, but I like that you just never know what's going on. But it's really good being back on the Rum Wench. She's a wonderful boat. She's just amazing, you know. But it was a time in my life where I needed to change. I wanted a more control, a more sociable outside space, as it were. So it's the right move for me. But it is nice just cruising this again, because you're high up as well. You're high up looking down. It's just lovely. I'm going to miss this. I absolutely love this stretch of the Trent and Mersey Canal. It's where industry and nature meet, and it's just stunning. Back in the day, this was a bustling hub linking the Bridgewater Canal, the Manchester Ship Canal and the River Weaver. And the River Weaver played a vital role in transporting salt, coal and all sorts of goods between Cheshire's towns and villages and the busy ports along the River Mersey. So I've been in this area for quite a while with all the faffing about with the two boats. So I'm constantly sort of up and down this stretch really. And this is what I love the best about living on a boat and being with nature, is it's a constant, ever-changing view. You know, the last time I did this, it looked completely different to how I'm doing it now. And it's just, oh, even though I'm doing the same stretches recently, it just fills me with, oh, wonderfulness, how pretty it is. So that's it, we're all moored at Anderton, ready for the weekend. So Grumpy's now out of the water, and hopefully once that's scabbled, if I can afford to, I will get a few coats of paint on it, and then it's going to need a name. Now, a few people have been suggesting names for the last few weeks, but I need everyone to sort of come up with something. It's got to be piratey, it's got to be like the Rum Wench, because the Rum Wench, when I first bought it, was called Heather. And I renamed that out of the water, so this will be a good opportunity to rename Grumpy. And also with the Rum Wench, I designed the artwork, and originally I had it as a vinyl, but it came off after about 18 months. So then I had to have it professionally sign written. And it still looks absolutely fantastic. But one thing I do know about Grumpy is in one of the panels it will definitely say Pirate Tug number 2. That's for definite, but we're still not sure on the name. So please let me know your suggestions. But for now, I'm going to be going inside, pouring a very large rum and taking you in that rear entrance. So obviously, because all my stuff's on Grumpy, including my amazing tricorn, I haven't got a decent pirate hat to wear. This one, I found this in the step at the back, and this was actually off, well, it was off Gloria. And for those that don't know, I used to have an old blow-up doll that I found in a nightclub. Not a real one, it had a smile on its face. And she used to wear a pirate outfit, and this was the hat. So I found this proper old tatty hat, but at least I'm piratey. And I'm camping here, so I've brought a couple of bags of clothes, my coffee machine and my laptop. That's it. So I'm going to just be living like this now until this sells. Yeah, anybody wants to come and look, buy it, let me know, make me an offer. Anyway, we're going to have this wonderful rum. This is one of Captain Glenn's, and for those that you don't know, Captain Glenn often just finds these weird and wonderful rums and sends them to me. So it's one of his, and he sent me this ages ago, and I've not tried it. Oh, it's like a waxy top. And yeah, it's let's have a look. So it says ruby chocolate rum. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to trying this. 37.5%. And obviously as well, I've got bright pink, look at that. Oh my goodness, I've not got me nipple glasses, but this'll do. Anyway, let's go in that rear entrance for this week's ditty.
Let me take you in the rear entrance to the boatman's cabin for a little ditty.
So here we are in the lovely rear entrance, and you can tell I'm out of practice because I forgot to thank the lovely, wonderful pirate crew. So thank you so much for everything you do, because it just really helps, especially at the moment with everything that's going on with the boats and everything. One of the good things is, though, at the moment I've took a little bit of teaching work to just help with all of this. So it's only whilst the exams are on and all that, but yeah, it's just helping. Anyway, let's give this rum a little bit of a try. So it's a ruby chocolate rum. I can smell the ruby. Whatever ruby smells like. I can smell alcohol. It smells very strong and I don't normally drink, but let's give it a go. Cheers, everyone. Woohoo! Just wet the lips. Now it tastes a little bit, I can get like a fruity flavour. It tastes a little bit like Turkish Delight, I think. I'm not really getting the chocolate through there. Let's have another one. Hang on, Bonny keeps dropping a toy. There you go. No chocolate. You're not allowed any. No chocolate, but it's still very, very nice. Very different. An odd one. So massive thanks to Captain Glam for that. So this week's ditty is from Debs W, and it goes a little something like this. The rum wench will sadly say goodbye. Heidi, dear Heidi, you'll sail your new boat with pride. You'll still be cruising and boozing from your new back room, but no more mopping the deck with somebody else's broom. Brand new adventures with Bonny, your puppy. Again, I'll say that you're both so very, very lucky. Sadly, we'll miss the old girl, the wench, but your new boat will definitely be a thirst that's been quenched. Heidi, dear Heidi, congrats is what I'll say. Heidi, dear Heidi, I'll be watching you as always, 'cause it makes my day. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, how nice. And the comment about no more mopping your deck with somebody else's broom. My friend Nikki lent me a mop once and I never gave it back, and it was an ongoing thing between us. Well, that mop has now moved onto Grumpy, and I had to take it off the roof when it went flying down the motorway. So that's currently inside the boat. But I've still got Nikki's mop. It's very dirty. It's black. It doesn't stay firm anymore. It goes floppy because it's one of those inside things right there. But it still works because I only use it for clearing the solar panels and any bird muck off the side of the boat. Yeah, but I've still got Nikki's mop. Anyway, I think I'm going to leave the video here. Next week, hopefully, will be the steam one. And, you know, all these amazing steamboats at the lift. So I'll try and do a bit of filming there. And also new concept boats. They're hopefully starting to get on with Grumpy in the next few days. So I might have a bit of footage from that as well. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please do give me a big thumbs up. It really helps the channel. Subscribe down below if you haven't already. But before we go, just a huge, massive thank you to my lovely, gorgeous patrons. So that's it. Please take care, stay safe. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next week. Woo!